So in previous lecture, we will discuss about the root words, the prefix and suffix. Now, I'm going to teach you about introduction and understanding about idioms and phrases. So, what are idioms and phrases are? So, idioms are the combination of words that convey subtly distinct connotations. Idioms comprises commonplace speech and consist of expressions or modes of speech. Even if you say smell a red, it does not necessarily follow that you are in the fact smell a red. The phrase smell a red can be defined as the perception that an error has been made by an individual. A phrase is a collection of words that, while functioning as a single unit inside a sentence, lack the combination of a subject and a predicate, means verb that completes a concept. In contrast to clause, a phrase does not convey a full notion by itself because it does not have a subject or a verb. Phrases are frequently employed in sentences to provide more depth and supply or these express particular meaning. Idiom and phrases are fixed expressions whose meaning is not predictable from the meaning of the individual words. They are often metaphorical and rely on the shared cultural knowledge and context. So, what are the idioms? Idioms are fixed expressions with a specific meaning, often use metaphors or figurative language. It can be a phrases, expression, or sentences, having a meaning that is different from a literal meaning of the individual. Often, it also rely on shared cultural knowledge or context. It can be used to add flavor, interest, and nuances to language. It can be used to convey complex ideas or emotion in concise way. It can be specific to a particular language, culture, or religion. It can be informal or informal depending on the content. So what are the phrases? This is the idioms. You can specify to a particular language. You can also add some interest. You can also add the cultural knowledge. You can also add the different context you can add. So this is known as idioms. And what is known as phrases. So the group of words that function together as a unit. It can be idiomatic or literal. It can be used to convey a specific meaning or idea. It can be used to add emphasis or clarity to language. It can be used in a variety of content, including formal or informal settings. It also can be used to create a specific tone or atmosphere. It can be used to create to convey emotions, attitude, or opinion. In general, idioms and phrases are an important part of language, as they allow speakers to convey complex ideas and emotion in a concise and a creative way. They add can flavor or interest and nuisance to language and can be used to create a specific tone or atmosphere. However, they can also be confused for non-native speakers or those who are not familiar with them, as their meaning is often not predictable from the individual words. So what is the definition of idiom? We understand that what our idioms is, but what is the definition of idiom? An idiom is a phrase or expression whose meaning cannot be understood from the literal meaning of its individual words. Instead, Idioms have a figurative meaning that is understood through common use. So, what are the characteristics of idioms? I used to repeat the words figurative meaning, figurative meaning. What is a figurative meaning? The meaning of an idiom is not deductible from its individual component. What is cultural context? The idioms often reflect cultural nuances and are specific to a language. What is fixed structure? Idioms have a set structure and their wording rarely changes. So, what is non-literal interpretation? The actual meaning of the idiom is different from what words suggested. Idioms are fun and fascinating aspect of language. Here are some more idioms grouped by category. So, first category is animal. Let's start. Let the cat out of the bag. It means you are not literally out a cat from a bag, but it means revealing a secret. Rains, cats, and dogs. It doesn't mean that rain is happening to the cats and dogs, but it means that rain is heavily fallen down. The elephant in the room. Obviously, the elephant is not in the room, but it is the meaning and obvious problem ignored. The problem is happening, which is the problem is happening, you are ignoring that problem. It means the elephant in the room. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. It means that you are appreciating someone that what you have. So the different category which I'm going to tell you about, food. The icing on the cake. See, it means that you have an extra pleasure. Bite off more than you can chew. So it means take on too much. The cherry on the top. This is a very common idioms which used to say. The cherry on the top, cherry on the top, an extra bonus. Sour grapes. It means envy or jealousy. So next category is body parts. It means break a leg. It means good luck. You're not going to break someone's leg. It means good luck. Next is cost an arm and a leg. It means very expensive. Next, give someone the cold shoulder. You are not giving the cold shoulder to someone, but it means you are ignoring or showing indifference between them. And next is lend a helping hand. You are not lending someone a helping hand, but it means assist someone, that you are helping someone for assisting people. Next category is weather. Weather, in this, rain on someone's parade. It means spoil an event. Next is make it rain. It means spend money freely. You are spending too much money on it, or you're purchasing something, or you are buying something. So it means make it rain. Take a take a rain check. It means you are postponing an event. Weather the storm. It means you are enduring from a difficult situation. What is a clothing? See, this is the next category which I'm going. Clothing. Clothing means if you are wearing a heart on your sleeves, obviously you are not going to wear your heart on your sleeves. It means show your emotions openly. Be expressive. That if you have such problem, then open your emotions. Show your emotions to the person. It means wear your heart on your sleeves. Dress to impress. It means what you're wearing is very attractive. Put on a good face. It means hide your true feelings. Take the shirt off your back. Not your shirt is taking off, but it means that you have to give everything to have. What you have, you just give everything to a person. Let me know if you had like more example or have any specific questions about idioms. So I have some examples of idioms. Let's go for a piece of cake. See, piece of cake means everything that is very easy to do. This is, for example, the exam was a piece of paper. The exam is very easy, and it is the piece of cake for me. You're just breaking the ice. So breaking the ice means to initiate conversation in a social settings. For example, he told a joke to break the ice at the party. Next is hit the nail on the head. To be exactly correct about something. For example, she hit the nail on the head with her analysis of the problem. Obviously, this is the idiom. You are not going to hit the nail on your literally head. So this is the idioms which we are using it. So it means to what is the correct about everything or something. So it means that she is hitting the nail on the hand with analysis of the problem. That she is doing good in their analysis. Bite the bullet. So it doesn't mean that you are just biting the bullet, but it means to endure a painful situation with courage. So example, he had to bite the bullet and admit his mistake. He know that he did the wrong thing, and you have to admit it that you are wrong. So it means bite the bullet. Spill the beans. Obviously, you're not going to spill the beans, but you have to reveal a secret. It means that you are revealing someone's secret. For example, who spilled the beans about the surprise party? So we will begin by discussing the concept of idioms and phrases and how they are used in modern language. Now, understanding how to use idioms and phrases correctly is essential for developing effective communication skills. Now, we will go some examples of idioms and phrases. Then we will go for the practice exercises. We will provide some examples of common idioms and phrases to help you understand how they are used in everyday's language. I just add on this at the last of the slides. These examples will help you to apply them effectively in your daily life, and it could also be expressive and enhance your communication. So, what is practice exercise? See, we will conclude the presentation with the practice exercises to help you reinforce your understanding of idioms and phrases, as well as how to use them correctly. This exercise will help you to identify the idioms and phrases in real world life situations. Now, idioms and phrases. See, idioms and phrases are common expressions used in language that convey meaning different from their literal interpretations. They are integral part of everyday communication and adding color and cultural context to the language. Here is some background of each. See, idioms. Definition of idioms are the phrases or expression that have a figurative meaning that is different from the literal meaning of the word, which I told you. Examples: break the ice to initiate conversation in the social settings, bite the bullet to endure a painful experience or face a difficult situation with courage. Kick the bucket means to die. Phrases. Phrases are the group of words that work together to convey a particular idea but do not necessarily have a figurative meaning. They can be idiomatic like idioms or literal. Example, on cloud nine, extremely happy, idiomatic. A piece of cake means something very easy to do in the morning, a literal phrase indicating a time of a day. So there are some difference between uh, idioms and phrases. So we will go through meaning. Idioms usually have a figurative meaning that is not easily to deduct and deduced from the individual words, whereas phrases can be either a literal or a idiomatic. How we can use of the idioms and phrases? So idioms are the often used in a more mixed form and are the cultural specific, while phrases can be more flexible and used in the various contexts. So what are the importance of idioms and phrases are? So there are the layers of meaning of communication which we use in the effectively conveying a message. There are some different insights which we use in. So there are cultural insight. What is cultural insight? Understanding idioms and phrases provide insight into the culture and value of a language speakers. You have to be know that you have to be get fluency on it. What is fluency? Knowledge of idioms and phrases is essential for achieving fluency and naturalness in a language. Communication. They enhance communication by allowing speakers to express complex idea and vividly. See, there are some learning tips here that I have to discuss with you all. See, context. What is context? Pay attention to the concept as idioms often derive meaning from the situation in which they are used. Practice that you have to be regular use and practice can be helped in remembering and correcting the use of idioms and phrases. What are the resources you are going to use? Utilize resources like idiom dictionaries, languages. There's too many different apps in there in Play Store or iOS. You can also native the speakers and to practice and understanding what are the resources you are going to take. By mastering idioms and phrases, language learners can improve their comprehension and expressiveness in the target language. Idioms can be categorized into two parts, mainly function and the structure. So here are some types of idioms. First, pure idiom. So what is this? Definition of pure idiom are idioms whose mainly are completely different from the meaning of their individual words. For example, kick the bucket, it means to die. Spill the beans means to reveal something or reveal a secret. Next is bionomial idioms. So idioms that contains two words which joined by the conjunction means and or. So what are the examples of bionomial idioms are? That black and forth, to move in one direction, then the opposite direction repeatedly. We will use the more pros and cons about these things. You have to know about pros and cons. You know the good and bad things about the what are the disadvantages and advantages of the particular topic. You have to know that these all the words is come into the binomial idioms. Next is trinominal idioms. See, trinominal idioms are include of three words, which is often joined by the conjunctions, means hook, line, and snicker. So it means to be completely deceived, or we can say tall, dark, and handsome. She is very tall, dark, and handsome. So when we are using three words with the commas, so you are describing an attractive man or attractive person. So this is come into the trinominal idioms. Then phraseological idioms. See, phraseological idioms are the expression with fixed phrases where the meaning of the whole is not deductible from the meaning of the individual components. It means it's a piece of cake. See, something very easy. Hit the nail on the head. To be exactly right about something. So this is the phraseological idioms. Next is proverbal idioms. So what are the proverbal idioms are? It also helps to proverbs offering wisdom or advice. For example, the early bird catch the worms. It means success comes to those who prepare well and put in effort. It comes into the proverbial idioms. Means a snitch in time saves nine. It means it's better to deal with a problem right away to prevent it from a bigger becoming a bigger. Means that you are just dealing with a problem in a right way. You are going to discuss the problem in a right way. That you are not becoming it too bigger and you're making that big issue. So these type of idioms come into the proverbial idioms. Next is comparative idiom. It means that you are making comparisons. See, comparative already say, describe it, that there's a comparison between, and while using as and as and as means the structures you are using. That, for example, as busy as a bee. It means you seems very busy. See, next is as cool as a cucumber. It means you are very calm and composed. So these type of phrases and these type of idioms come into the comparatives idioms. Next is verb and object idioms. So verb and object idioms were a combination of verb plus an object. When it combined to create a specific meaning, it means take a rain check. It means you're not going to check the rain, but you are just postponing a plan. Bite the dust. You are not going to bite the dust, but it means that you fail or you need to be defeated. Prepositional idioms. Prepositional idioms are that what you include in a preposition to convey a particular meaning. It means in a nutshell, means you have to describe in a brief, on the ball, being attentive and knowledgeable. Not that you have to bring your ball and keep it over there. No, it means that you have to be attentive in the class, or you have to be more knowledgeable. So these are the importance of idioms which you have to know about. So what about the content of the phrases are? See, there are varieties of phrases and speeches which we are going to use. Before discuss with these varieties of idioms and phrases, I just want to know what are the phrases are. So phrases are the group of words which convey meaning and serve as building blocks of language. The content of the phrases can vary gently depending on their types and purposes. Here are some common types of phrases and their content, which I'm going to discuss you right now. So first is noun phrases. See, what are the noun phrases? So these phrases function as a single unit, offering referring to a person, place, thing, or idea. For example, the big red car. Here, the big red car is a single unit referring to a specific object. If I'm saying this a big mouse, so here the big mouse is, I'm just offering something, a unit. I'm just identifying this specific object. I'm not saying that you have to just focus on the mouse or focus on the red car. So these are the noun phrases which we are using. Second is verb phrases. See, what are the verb phrases? These phrases convey action or a state of being. For example, is running quickly. Here is running quickly describes an action. Next is adjective phrases. These phrases modify or describe noun or pronoun. Okay, so adjectives phrases we can describe in the phrases to modify and describe in the noun and the pronoun form. For example, very happy and excited. So here, very happy and excited describe a state of feeling. Next is adverb phrases. So these phrases modify or describe noun and pronoun. For example, you are saying that you are very happy and excited. So these type of feelings and these type of describes the state of feelings. So adverb phrases are these phrases modify or describe verb, adjectives, or other adverbs. For example, very quickly and carefully. Here, very quickly and carefully describe the manner of an action. So, see, there is a difference between adjective and adverb phrases. In adjective phrases, you are modifying the noun and pronoun. But in the adverb phrases, you are modifying the verbs and adjectives and other adverbs you are explaining. So there is a difference between adjective phrases and adverb phrases. Now, idiomatic phrases are, these phrases have a figurative meaning that differs from the literal meaning. For example, kick the bucket. So it is not that you are going to kick the bucket, but it means that you die. It's not literally means that you are kicking a bucket. So colloquial phrases are these phrases which are come into the informal but often used in an everyday conversation. For example, break a leg. So it means that you are giving a thumbs up or like good luck. It's not going to literally or going to break someone's leg. So understanding the content of the phrase is essential. Effective communication as it helps convey meaning, tone, consent, and in speech and writing. So here are some example of idioms. Like, idioms are the phrases or expression that have a figurative meaning different from the literal meaning of the individual words. Here are some examples of idioms. It's raining cat and dogs. It means raining heavily. Bite off more than you can chew. It means take on more responsibility that you can handle. Cost an arm and a leg. It means something is very expensive. Cut to the chase. It means get to the point or the most important part of the conversation. Give someone a cold shoulder. It means ignore or show influence or indifference to someone. You have to be in a nutshell. It means a brief summary or description. So, let's leave talk lie. It means avoid talking about a controversial or sensitive issue that may cause trouble or conflict. On the same page, it means people are in agreement or have a shared understanding. Practice what you preach means act in accordance with your beliefs and or your what you have values. So rain on someone's parade, it means spoil or ruin someone's plans or events or any show. Take it with a grain of salt. It means be spectacle or cautious and don't take something at a face value. The pot calling the kettle back black. So the pot is not calling the kettle black, but it means accusing someone of something that you yourself are guilty of. So if you feel guilty of some for something to someone, so it is known as a pot calling the kettle black. Think outside the box. It means that be creative and come up with unconventional ideas. It means be when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So it's not that like that when you are in Rome, so that you have to behave like the Romans do. No, it means that adapt to local customs and behavior, which when you are in different place. So there are just some few example of the many idioms used in the language. Idioms add flavor and interest to our speech and writing, but can sometimes be confusing for a native speaker or those unfamiliar with them. Idioms used in language. Idioms can flavor or interest to our speech and writing, but comes sometimes be confusing for a non-native speaker or those who are unfamiliar with them. So, what are the importance of idioms and phrases? So, idioms and phrases play a significant role in language, adding depth, nuisance, and flavor to a communication. Here are some reasons why idioms and phrases are important. First, enhance expression. Idioms and phrases helps convey complex ideas, emotions, and expressions in a concise and a vivid way. Add tone and attitude. Idioms can convey humor, sarcasm, irony, and other tones, making language more engaging and expressive. You can also create the connections. So while creating the connections, idioms and phrases can evoke shared cultural knowledge and expressions. It's also fostering the empathy and understandings among speakers. How to convey the nuisance? It means you have to subtile the shades of meaning that might be difficult to express literally. You can add the flavor to the language. It means that you are not adding the flavor to the language. It means that you are saying in that very more interesting color, and you are using very colorful and engaging the people or engaging the audience. by adding the flavor to the language. Facilitate communication. See, what are the facilitate of communications are? It can be served in a very shortcut to convey meaning quickly and effectively. So, what is revealed cultural heritage? See, revealed cultural heritage means idioms often reflect a culture's history, values, and beliefs, which providing a window into its heritage. It also enhances the creativity. Idioms and phrases can inspire creative thinking and writing. It also develops the language skills. It means learning idioms and phrases can also improve vocabulary, syntax, and overall languages proficiency. It means if you are using some different type of language and you are using different skills to develop your skills, you can also improve vocabulary by using it. How to build up your relationships while speaking idioms and phrases. So, sharing idioms and phrases can create a sense of community and shared understanding among speakers. In summary, idioms and phrases are essential to language, which enable us to communicate more effectively, creativity, engagingly, and they add flavor, nuisance to depth to our expression, making language richer and more meaningful message. So, what do you understand by context? See, understanding context is the crucial in communication, as it enables to accurately interpret and make sense of message being conveyed. Context refers to the circumstances, situations, and environment in which communication take place. It includes such factors such as settings, participants, purpose, tone, background knowledge, languages. So let's go one by one, right? So what is settings? See, settings means when you are using the physical location and time in culture. While when you are using the time and culture and the location, it means that you are take a communication which you are want to take place. So what type of participants you are going to take? See, it's matter that the speaker and the listeners and having other individuals with involved and having a very interesting topics you are going to discuss. So, what is the purpose of the factors which you are going to use? The goal and intention of the communication. What are the goal? What are the intention of the communication? What type of what intention they have? They want to speak or they want to discuss over there. What type of tone they are having? They have emotion tones and they have attitude conveyed. By speaking and modulation in the tones and intonations. So, what are the background knowledge? See, background knowledge shares about knowledge and assumptions between the communicators. So what type of language you are going to use means words you are using phrases, if you are using idioms and language styles, what type of languages you are going to use in that type of things. So, what are the non-verbal cues? See, non-verbal cues, which I told you, were facial expressions, body language, gestures, hand gestures, body postures. These all comes into the non-verbal cues. So, understanding context helps you to recognize implied meaning, identify tone and intent, make informal interference. It helps to build a relationship and trust. It also avoids misunderstanding, can enhance the effective communication to improve your understanding on consent. So you have to pay attention to the settings and the participants. Ask, clarify questions. If you have some questions, let them clarify. Don't be shy on that. That you have problems, you have questions, that clarify. Listen actively and empathically. You have to listen, you have to be actively present over there, and you have to be attentive over there, and you just have to listen actively and empathically, that how empathize you are. See, consider multiple perspectives, that okay, what he's saying, what she's saying. You have collect multiple perspectives. So it may be possible that one person have different perspectives, second person have different perspectives. So you have to consider the multiple perspectives. Reflect on your own biases and assumptions. See, think it out and tell your mind that you have own biases and assumptions which you are thinking out. By recognizing the understanding context, you can communicate more effectively, avoid misunderstandings, build stronger relationships. So, connecting with others is a fundamental human need and a vital aspect of building relationships. It also fostering empathy and creating a sense of community. Here are some ways which we connect with others. So, first is active listening. See, active listening, it means that you have to pay attention to their word, what you are using, what type of words you are using, what type of tone you are using. If you're using intonations, your language, so it could be a more trouble, or you have to know what type of intonations you are using. And body language, show empathy, try to understand their perspective and acknowledge their feelings. Ask open-ended questions. If you have some problem regarding any question, you can ask freely to the conversation which is meaningful, and you just have a small talk with them. Find common ground. If you cannot share the feelings, if you're not interested in talking, if you have not value to establish any connection, so you feel so uncommonly, you are feel so alone. So you have to find the common ground. Be present over there, but put away distraction and focus what the speaker is saying, what the person in front of you is saying and trying to tell you about anything. Be vulnerable means share your thoughts, your feelings, your experience, your trust. Try to build up your trust by experiencing and having vulnerable nature. Use positive body language. See, smile, make eye contact, make use open approachable for non-verbal cues. Show genuine interest. See, ask follow-up questions and demonstrate care for their well-being. Celebrate differences. If you have celebrate their diverse perspectives and experiences, it could be good for you. Be patient and calm and understanding what type of connection you are taking time, what type of relationships you are making, how gradually you are converting into person. So there are some different connecting, you can easily connect with others. So by connecting with others, you can also make a very good, strong relationship. You can also foster the sense of the belonging. You can also improve your health or mental health and well-being also. It also enhance the communication skills. It expand your perspective and understanding of the world. Create meaningful memories and experiences. Remember, connection is a two-way street. Be open to receiving and giving, and embrace your beauty of human connection. I repeat, connection is a two-way street. Be open to receiving and giving, and embrace the beauty of human connection. So there are varieties of idiom and phrases. So idioms and phrases come in various categories, including metaphors, smiles, proverbs, slangs, colloquiums. See, we go by one. What metaphors are? Metaphors means compare two things without, like, or as. It means he is a shining star on the team. So we didn't use like or as now. So it means metaphor. Smiles. Smiles means compare two things usually like or else. Means he run like a cheetah. So we are not using it. We are just comparing it. We are comparing a person to a cheetah. So this is smiles. Proverbs means short saying with a moral or wisdom message. It means that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So there is some moral and there is some wisdom message which describes proverbs. We used to speak slangs which come into the informal language and used by the specific groups of cultures. Means cool or sick. It means to mean awesome. These type of slangs is come into the slangs. Next is colloquialisms. See, colloquialisms means are the religions and the cultural expressions. See, why all in the northern United? See, we use why. They use why all in the southern United States means they have different cultural expressions. They have different religion expressions also. So next is idiomatic expressions means fixed phrases with non-literal meaning. Kick the bucket means to die. So these are the idiomatic expressions means fixed phrases but non-literal meanings. Next is phrasal verb means verb combined with the preposition or the adverb. For example, pick up, get on. So these type of phrases come into the phrasal verbs. Then cliches. We overuse the expression that lose original meaning. When we are going to overreact to the meaning and to overreact the message, it means you look like cliche. So it means break a leg or think outside the box. Next is hyperbole. Hyperbole means exaggerated expression for emphasis. Means you are like, I'm so hungry, I could eat a whole elephant. So you are extracting the message. So these categories help us to understand and use idioms language, making our own communication more engaging, nuisance, and culturally rich. So there are some examples of phrases which I discuss you right now. Metaphors. It means he is a shining star on the team. It means meaning he an outstanding player. Another, life is a roller coaster. It means life has ups and downs. Smiles, he run like a cheetah. It means that he runs very fast. She sings as sweetly as she bird. It means that she sings very beautifully. Proverb, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. It means eating healthy food can prevent your illness. Action speak louder than words means it's not what you say, it's what you do that matters. Slangs, that sick, it means that awesome. I am feeling under the weather. It means I am feeling unwell. I'm not well. So it means colloquiums means why all come back now? Yeah, yo. Meaning come back soon. Used in the southern United States place. Fancy a cuppa. It means would you like to have a cup of tea? So it is based on the UK and the different religions cultures. So idiomatic expressions are it's raining cat and dogs. So meaning it's raining heavily. Cost an arm and a leg. It means something is very expensive. Phrasal verbs pick up the phone, meaning they answer the phone. Get on the bus, it means board the bus. Cliches are break a leg, it means good luck. Think outside the box, means to have a creative knowledge. And hyperbole, I'm so hungry, I could eat a whole elephant. It means I'm so hungry. This bag weigh a ton, it means it's very heavy. So these are few example of many idioms and phrases which use in languages. So these are the example which I just connect with. So, as I told you, idioms is a group of words that is specialized having a different literal meaning with a separate word. Means hold your horses, break a leg, hit this neck. It's all come into the idioms. Then phrases and idioms I already discussed. Proverbs I already discussed. If you have such problem, you can visit more videos regarding this. And these are the practice exercises. You have to do some exercises regarding this. It will enhance your mind. So these are the matching idioms and its meaning. You have to do it. This is the second activity which you have to do. Complete the sentences. You have to fill the correct statements or collect idioms or phrases in between the fill in the blanks. So you have to do it. These are the multiple choices question which we have to do it. And last but not the least, these are the true false. And who did what determine if the statement, its idioms and phrases are true. So I'm conclude this session. Idioms or phrases are the essential aspects of language that will help you to communicate more effectively. And the color of the context speech writing, it also enhance the speech writing. It also enhance your in helping in engaging to your personality in developing your vocabulary. So this is the conclusion of this chapter. Thank you.